so a missile heads in our direction and we knock the hell out of it. We can have it. And Ronald Reagan wanted to do that many years ago, and he went to the sky. It's incredible, actually, what they've been able to do. But it's all going to be made in the USA, and a lot of it is going to be made in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C. We'll get rid of all the graffiti on those beautiful marble columns, and we'll clean it. And it'll be properly run, and we'll stop the death and shootings and muggings and everything. We'll make it a great capital, beautiful capital again. And we'll also make sure that our Supreme Court stays to 9 justices. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our school. And we will, of course, keep men out of women's sports. Every time I say those last two things, and I may add the open borders. Can you imagine they're trying to defend open borders? Open borders, who would do that? We're the party of common sense, okay? We're really the party of common sense. But when I say open borders, we're going to close the borders, you say, can you imagine you actually have to say that? What the hell? I mean, who the hell wants open borders where criminals from all over the world can just walk into our country? These are crazy people, or they hate our country, or they think they're going to get these people to sign up and vote. I guess maybe that's it. But it's not defensible. But think of the last two. The transgender insanity. It's taken over. And, you know, nobody's ever come up to me and said, I'd like to talk to you about that. I've never had any. They've talked about taxes. They talked about economic development. They talk about the last one, men playing in women's sports. Nobody's ever come up with all the people. I deal with hundreds of people. I deal with people. I go into crowds. I ask them because I get better opinions from you than these crazy consultants they have for a fortune. But I've never once been said, sir, we have to do something about keeping men in women's sports. I've never had the question. I don't know. It's such a big subject. Nobody's ever asked me the question before. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Go back 10 years and say that a president from 10 years from now is going to be up there defending the fact that men should not play in women's sports. People would say, you're crazy. That'll never happen. Did you see the two boxes? Did you see the two boxes? They were men. They transitioned into womanhood. And they fought a very good Italian. They have women's boxing in the Olympics. And they fought a very good Italian young lady. And boom, she got hit with just a left jab. She went back to her corner, so I've never been hit like that. This was just like a defensive. Oh, they could fight Iron Mike, I'll tell you. Iron Mike would say, this is not a good thing. I know Iron Mike, and he's a great guy, Mike Tyson. A great guy. He's a good man. Hey, Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says, put Mike in the ring with Kamala. That would be interesting. No, but can you imagine? And these two men that transitioned, you'll be shocked to know they both won gold medals. In some of the easiest fights, they're announcing a certain woman. She's a champion here, a champion there. She's great. She gets hit. Blah. That's the end of the champion stuff. It's so unfair. It's so ridiculous. And it's very demeaning to women. I think it's horrible. I will defend religious liberty. I will restore free speech. And I will defend the right to keep and bear arms, our Second Amendment. And I did. They didn't touch it. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country. We're going to defend our borders, and we're going to protect our lands and citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. We want people to come into our country, but they're going to come in legally. That's all. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We are an occupied country. Can you believe the things I'm saying up here? We are an occupied country. Take a look at Colorado. Take a look. Take a look what's happening there. Military-style weapons. Aurora. They're taking over apartment complexes. They're in the real estate business just like me. But I have to go out and borrow money or somehow pay cash. They just walk in and they say, you're paying the rent to me from now on, madam. And if you don't pay, it's big trouble for you. And the governor has no idea what the hell's happened, that poor guy. He's a radical Democrat. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again. Can you imagine? I have to say this. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope and filled with the American dream. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris and stop her radical left agenda with a landslide that is just too big to rig. We got to do it. So you need to get out tomorrow and vote. That's it. This is it. We're going to get together again, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be a rally. It's going to be applause for what we're doing. It's going to be better. Because these incredible rallies, and there may have been like 900 of them, a tremendous amount. This is over 9 years. Many, I know we celebrated 507. I remember 507, it was a few years ago. I think it's got to be close. I don't know, whatever it was. But it's hundreds and hundreds. And they've been flawless, right? Every once in a while, I'd make a little aggressive statement.